Mexican authorities say they've captured a high-priority suspect they identify as Jesús Iván N., known by the alias El Chino Arce, in the violent epicenter of Mexico's northwest. Prosecutors describe him as an alleged criminal cell leader and a key generator of violence in Sonora, a region that has seen repeated spikes in public, brazen attacks tied to organized crime. Officials say the arrest took place in Ciudad Obregón, inside the municipality of Cajeme, during an operation carried out by the Agencia Ministerial de Investigación Criminal, working alongside Secretaría de Marina. In public statements summarized by local and national reporting, authorities say the suspect had been the subject of an active manhunt, with multiple warrants and a standing reward linked to his capture. Investigators allege the suspect tried to stay ahead of police by masking his identity. Authorities say confirmation relied on investigative work and physical identifiers, and they present the arrest as a targeted hit against the structure they believe he helped run. The official framing is clear. They want the public to see this as the takedown of a violent operator, not a routine street arrest. The case that keeps coming up in official and media summaries is a mass shooting tied to a party in late 2023, an attack that became a symbol of how quickly cartel violence can spill into civilian life. Authorities in recent reporting connect El Chino Arce to that incident through one of the warrants he allegedly faces, describing it as a mass casualty event that left a long trail of victims and witnesses. What makes the story complicated is that public casualty numbers have not been perfectly consistent across coverage since the night it happened. Early reporting on the attack described 6 people killed and at least 26 wounded, including minors, after gunmen opened fire at a party in the Cajeme area of Ciudad Obregón. More recent reporting tied directly to the arrest, however, describes the same event as an attack that left 8 people dead and 26 injured. And it's that 8 dead figure that now appears in several summaries of the warrant connected to El Chino Arce. The difference matters for viewers, because it signals either later updates to fatalities, differences in how victims were counted, or variations between initial briefings and subsequent case files. According to details circulated in Mexican reporting, the shooting unfolded in the early hours of December 29, 2023, during what witnesses described as a party atmosphere, sometimes characterized as a quinceañera-style celebration or a techno party. Accounts describe attackers arriving and opening fire into a crowd, turning a neighborhood gathering into a mass casualty scene within seconds. One especially grim detail from reporting at the time is the suggestion that the gunfire may have been aimed at a specific target, with everyone else becoming collateral damage when bullets ripped through the party area and panic triggered stampedes and desperate escapes. In that version, authorities believe the intended target survived long enough to try to flee, worsening the chaos as shooters continued firing amid the crowd. Prosecutors say the suspect now in custody is also tied to other serious allegations beyond that single incident. In summaries of the case around his capture, officials and reporting describe 5 arrest warrants total, with accusations that include qualified homicide, attempted homicide, aggravated unlawful deprivation of liberty, and criminal association charges that paint the picture of a violent enforcer and organizer rather than a lone gunman. Authorities and media reports also place him within the ecosystem of criminal groups operating in Sonora. Some coverage identifies him as linked to Los Salazar, a group frequently described as connected in different ways to the Cartel de Sinaloa, and, in some accounts, to the faction known as Los Chapitos. Those affiliations are presented as context for why investigators consider him a priority figure, because removing one operator is also about disrupting a chain of command. The official message behind a capture like this is deterrence. Authorities want rival cells to feel pressure, and they want communities to believe the state can still reach high-impact targets. That's why agencies highlight who conducted the operation, emphasize warrants and rewards, and attach the arrest to a mass casualty case that the public already remembers. From here, the story moves from streets to courtrooms. Prosecutors say the suspect has been placed at the disposal of the justice system, where the arrest warrants will be processed, and the state will attempt to build a legal narrative strong enough to hold up under scrutiny, especially in a case as high-profile as the 2023 party shooting. Any forthcoming hearings, formal charges, or additional arrests linked to the same investigation will be the next major developments to watch.